Welcome to Bicycle Retail Radio, presented by the National Bicycle Dealers Association. Bicycle Retail Radio brings together retailers, vendors, advocates, and thought leaders for honest discussions about the latest issues facing bicycle retailers. The podcast dives deep into the challenges and triumphs of the bicycle industry, providing an in-depth look at the person behind the profession. Aiming to deliver content that's both relatable and thought-provoking, offering real-world tips and insights to help you find success in the bicycle industry. There's a human side of the business, and the podcast aims to share stories, experiences, and strategies that you can apply in your own shop. Whether you're looking for inspiration, practical advice, or a sense of community, you've come to the right place. The National Bicycle Dealer Association has a rich history of supporting retailers across the nation. Founded in 1946 with a mission to strengthen specialty bicycle retailers through education, through research, through communication, and through advocacy. The National Bicycle Dealer Association is proudly supported by our members and our membership. If you'd like to learn more about the benefits of joining, please visit NBDA.com.
Specialty bicycle retailers are the heart of the cycling industry, and the National Bicycle Dealers Association exists to strengthen these businesses through education, research, communication, and advocacy. When we create thriving bicycle retailers, the industry and the cycling community follows. Memberships are available for individuals, retailers, and association partners committed to supporting the mission. Join today at NBDA.com. All right, welcome to the Flex. Thanks for being here. This is our Retail Design Flex. It's our ongoing podcast feature specifically focused on store design, remodeling, and merchandising, produced in partnership with NBDA Association member Fixture Lab. I'm Heather Mason, NBDA Executive Director, and I'm joined here by Brian Hawkins. Brian, so nice to see you.
It's lovely to see you. You look radiant today, as always.
Thank you so much. You just caught me off guard with that. I love it. Listeners, you know the routine. Fixture Lab has been in the bike shop design and merchandising industry for years. They have been creating hard-working solutions, not just for bicycle retailers, but for small retail businesses, cycling, running, fly fishing, and outdoor sports. They design cutting-edge retail spaces that really make an impression on your customers. They also have a full line of store fixtures that help you present your product in amazing ways. If you have not already been to fixturelab.com, get your butt over there. It's an easy web surf. You're going to be surprised. Not only do they have images that you can look at, all of their retail store fixtures that you can consider purchasing and imagine them in your store. They also have a blog. It's just really great. So check it out. It's fixturelab.com. There's a link in our show notes. Brian has been an absolute delight working with the NBDA, working with our retailer community to help us bring forth education and content to our members through our podcast. So bi-monthly, him and I answer questions from our members on this podcast. And if we don't have questions, then we just give you some great tips and advice. There's always something new, and it's a lot of fun. And hey, if you like to watch on YouTube, we also take the episode, because there's a lot of images that are shared, and we show it on the NBDA YouTube channel. So if you're out running, riding, driving, whatever you're doing, when you get home, when you get to your TV, dial up the YouTube, check it out there, because there's lots of images you're going to want to see. Plus, you can see us, and that's like really cool. Brian, thanks for all you do to support the NBDA and our community.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. I've prepared a couple sample questions that someone might send in to the show just to see what the answer is. Are you ready for those?
I'm never ready. This is like the favorite part of a podcast for me. What sample questions are we going to get today, Brian?
Okay, question number one. I'm not saying whether this is real. I'm just, could be. Sometimes I think a 9-year-old could do a better job of merchandising and organizing our clothing display. Is it illegal if I want to try that?
Great question. I'm sure some of our members have that question. So we'll get to that
Yeah,
one.
don't answer it right now because that'll ruin a whole episode that we're going to go into that.
You know.
The child labor laws, that'll be a great episode. When I step back from my primary bike display in the store, I see a huge blank spot over the top of the bikes. Is that bad? Should I put something in there? And what should I put in there?
Totally a basketball hoop, right? But we're not going to answer that one now, right?
There you go, ruining content for down the road. This
Any
is
other
supposed to be a
questions?
teaser. We're not answering these questions right now. I'm remodeling our store space and I'd like to have only one bathroom to save space. Is that fine? It must be, right?
Oh, that's a great question. That was a cliffhanger.
Ooh,
Yeah, I just
that's
left
how to
you.
tease right there. That's called teasing.
So, listeners, these are sample questions. You might have some questions of your own, and all you need to do is send them to us. You can send those to design@nbda.com. And Brian and we may answer your questions on the next podcast episode. So,
Mhm.
send us pictures, send us videos, send us questions, whatever you have. And yeah, design@nbda.com.
All right.
Love the questions, Brian. Okay. All right. So before we get to the topic today, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you might see the topic behind Brian's head. But before we get there,
Yep.
I'm gonna keep it in undercover if you're listening. I want to ask about Corey. So we had Corey Kennard from Bike Central, Lamar's, Iowa. For our listeners who are with us regularly, we met him a few episodes back. He was looking at a new space for his retail bike shop. There were, if you recall, the stairs up in the front that went to the basement made the trick space a little tricky. Brian, I want to know any updates on Corey and how he's doing. He actually was our first person to be like a guest on the show, which
Right.
yeah.
I think it was episode 14, I think,
All
if you
right.
want to try to find it. It's a good conversation. It just made sense, like, to have someone in that was in the middle of this process that we talk about so much, just to see what the reality is in the way the process goes. And more stuff has happened since we talked on that episode. So I just want to give you a really, really quick update. Sound
Awesome.
good? All
Yeah.
right. So just to refresh our memory, here is Bike Central. That's the outside of the front of the building. It was built in 1880 something, a really old building. He has a dream of a landlord who wants to really help him out. So they're going to be doing some things there. There's this stuff that was built into the front of the store. Look to the left and notice the stairs up front in the store. Like you could possibly fall down the stairs as you walked in through the front door if you weren't careful. So we knew some things were going to change there. Here's the stairs. We knew that we wanted to try to move the stairs because it was in primo retail real estate up front there. Front of the building was very tired, and so the landlord decided to replace the front of the building.
Whoa.
Yeah. This happened since our episode. He decided to replace that, and he's essentially replacing the whole backside of the building as well
Wow.
because he wants to get it ready for more tenants, the whole thing, not just Corey. And in the basement, there was this weird structure that we see, the green thing. And at that point, we didn't know what that was, but the word was that we would probably be able to remove that thing. And I said, I don't think we're going to be able to remove that because it looks like substantial. It looks like it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what the reason is?
Is it structural? Something with yeah, I don't know.
They basically just boxed in the way that they did the foundation. The walls of the foundation come down to somewhere in this neck of the woods here where the top of the green wall is.
Hmm.
And then this is back in the day, 1880s. They just piled up dirt. So there's basically a dirt pile underneath this green wall
They just boxed it in.
that they boxed in to clean it up and to make sure that the dirt didn't wander.
That's really okay. Yeah, that's cutting edge.
So we can't move the green wall because
Massive.
we'd be ruining I mean, you could do it, but you'd have to replace the foundation. That's not going to happen.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the floor plan. This is accurate to what's going on today. This is the basement. And so the discussion was this is the front of the store up here. The discussion was if we want to move the stairs from up front, where are we going to move them and how?
Mhm.
And what does that make way for? And then also in question was the size of the basement compared to the size of the first floor because they're different. This line here and this line here are basically essentially super thick walls in the basement that don't exist up above. So we need to figure out that so that we could place the stairs where you see them here.
Lots to
So
think out here.
yeah, I mean it was a little bit deceptive because you would think, well, we just moved the stairs to the back, but notice that in the back the stairs have to be in a different position than they would have to be up front because the wall is much thicker
Hmm.
back there. So it just was, it's not like it's complicated. It was just not as easy as one might think it would be. And
Gotcha.
then we had to relocate water heater and furnace and stuff like that. And we've got old coal chutes and things like that to deal with.
Never easy. It's never just easy. Okay.
Right. Okay, so this also shows the front. Remember how, well, you can still kind of see it. There's little diagonal lines here and here.
Oh, yep. Hmm.
That's the way that the old front entrance went, and the new front entrance follows the gray lines. It's squared off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Honestly, we didn't get a chance to give any input on the shape of that thing, but since they were replacing and not on Corey's nickel,
Yeah.
he didn't have to spend money. That's awesome. So they're replacing that as we speak. We ended up locating the bathroom here back in this back corner because remember, this building is old enough and it, for some reason, never had a bathroom. So we put the bathroom back there because it made sense of plumbing, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of what the new front of the building is going to look like.
Neat. That looks nice.
This is the new stairway where it's actually located in the space. They've already put the stairs in. That is the back of the building that they've completely removed. I'm sure there's something there now. This is a couple weeks old, but man,
That
lots of stuff
looks,
happening.
yeah. I mean, tremendous, right? It looks like, yeah, things are happening. Progress is,
Well, the really, really cool part is that it isn't something that it's not stuff that Corey has to pay for.
I love that. Sometimes progress is slow, but it's meaningful. Like, and so you did make the stair move, which was a big, big thing you had to have done. We've got the new bathroom in the back there. So I'm so excited. I really appreciate the update. I've been thinking about him and I was like, I need to ask Brian. So
I want to show you one last little, this is going to go really quick. This is the way, remember how we looked at the model before?
yeah,
This is what the store is going to be built out like. So the colors on the front, ignore those because we don't know what the color of the front of the building is going to be yet. But he's still got the windows in the front. Okay, let me take you back. This is where we were at when we were on our last
yeah.
update about the store.
Mhm.
And then we looked at the doors up front. We looked at the stairs. At that point, the bathroom was there. And we started looking at things like the front of the space. This is what the current front of the space looks like. And we're proposing one of the tricks that you and I talked about on the previous episode about putting a graphic that's semi-translucent behind the front bike.
Looks
And
great.
so it'll create a great backdrop because they kind of need to put bikes clear up to the front, and it's going to be confusing visually if we don't do something like that. And then you step inside, and it's got all of this yummy stuff going on. We're helping Corey to use a combination of our fixtures and specialized fixtures
Oh, okay.
throughout the store because he can save some dough by purchasing the specialized fixtures. So we can help him figure out how to construct the stuff that he needs using the parts that Specialized can sell.
Wonderful.
So
You-
that's really, really awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
The
and then
bathroom's going to have this great wall with their great logo on it.
this
Up
looks
above the bathroom is going to be some storage space, which we're just trying to take advantage of every amount of space that we can get. There's going to be a little storage room because we've got this weird placement of the stairs where it feels like it's the middle of the floor.
great.
So we're putting railing around that. We're going to extend the wall and create this little storeroom on the first floor that is really only there because the stairs have to be kind of in the middle of the room, but it's going to be very,
I think it's
very handy.
yeah, like that looks like it's gonna be used and he's gonna be happy at how he has it.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool.
I love it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I like how things like kind of take different versions, it kind of like starts here and then it has its way of like organically going to where it's gonna go. Brian, that's fabulous. Just looking at those images, like gives me ideas for other stores I go into. So yeah, if you're listening to this, like just seeing some of these images is gonna give you ideas for your own store. So definitely check out this episode on YouTube and see the video that's being shown. All right, Brian, should we talk about what we're talking about today? Should we move in?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
listeners, for today, Brian and I, we had a couple topics in mind, but given that we're recording in late August, I wanted to focus on, or we wanted to focus on things that you can do this week or next that would have great impact on your store. We know that many of you listening might still be in prime selling season, so we didn't want you to have to do a major reno, take a ceiling down, nothing crazy, but we thought there were some in-season easy upgrades that could have a big impact. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Brian. Looks like we've got some visuals, and let's get into this.
We've got visuals, but unlike previous episodes, this one doesn't lean too much on visuals.
Okay.
I put text on the screen to help prompt us through this and to help someone who wants to kind of surf the video. But you don't have to be looking at this one for a change. So you can actually, you can listen to this episode on the highway without driving off the highway.
Yeah, so just take notes. Like, use your iPhone, do a little mic record if you're driving and be like, this is what I need to do. So Brian, where do we begin?
All right. We're going to talk about 5 things you should do in your store today. And when I say 5 things, I'm going to show you more than 5 things, but I bet that any store in the country could probably take 5 things off of this list and do them today, right?
Sure. Yeah, let's get into
Easy.
it.
And we're
Yeah.
going to cruise through this. We're going to lean towards things that are merchandising or visually related, and we're not going to talk about the million and one things that one needs to do to run a store. So think about store design and merchandising. That's what we're going to lean on for this.
And Brian, some of these might be easy things, right? Like someone
These are all easy things.
and people might be like, duh, of course.
Exactly.
Right? But that's not what this is about, right, Brian?
These are the fundamentals. And you're gonna say as we go through this, Brian, duh, everybody knows to do that. And then I will say, well, duh, if everybody knows to do that, then how come every store I step into has problems doing these things? These are the fundamentals, and we need to do the fundamentals so that we can put some distance between us and the competition.
Brian, can we just stay on this slide for a minute? Because this is like so motivating. I'm ready to go get after it. Sure, these are
Right?
fundamentals, but fundamentals win games. And there's a chance, a great chance, that your competition is dropping the ball. That's
Right.
That's hot. Oh, did you
It's
want to
the
read it? Sorry, Brian. Did you want
the
to?
little things. Okay, here's the first thing that we can do in the store. You ready?
Yes.
Clean and declutter. And so, Heather, you're supposed to say, Brian, duh.
Brian, duh.
Like, who doesn't know that? Of course we know that, but it's the end of a busy selling season and things happen and things get dirty and cluttered. So
Hey,
do things like pull out old promotions that are on the walls, dated signage, old posters and things from charity rides or whatever. Dust and vacuum because you haven't had time during the season, even under the bike racks. Replace that keyboard where the pandemic probably started that's in your service area. I don't know. Like they're just usually nasty. Clear the transaction counters. Have a dust bunny death match. Offer a prize for the staff member who finds the grossest spot in the store and have everybody clean it up. You made a face.
yuck.
Like, oh, that's really gross. Deep clean the bathrooms. You haven't had a chance to do that in a while. You were probably reading Nothing's Less Sexy Than Skid Marks.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of things I tied in together on this
Right.
slide. That just
We're
came.
talking about skid mark, like, when you have skid marks on the floor you got to show your floors some love, clean them up, deep clean things, do that kind of thing. The second thing we should be doing, and I've created helpful acronym, FACE, for visual merchandising. In relation to visual merchandising, think full, accessible, clean, and engaging.
Wow.
Right?
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So just to remember that. And here's another one that I came up with just in case you didn't like that one. Spark, story, presentation, appeal, relevance, and kick up.
Ooh, kick. Okay. I like
So
it.
all you have to do is just remember that, right? Or one more. Refresh, rev up, regroup, round up, relevance, refold, replenish, review, restock, rethink, rotate, reimagine, and rearrange. The old 13 R's of visual merchandising.
Did you make that up or does that actually exist? Like, is because that's fantastic.
So you can
Don't
just use
tell
that
me.
as a shortcut
Don't
with your
tell me.
staff. Staff, let's not forget the 13 R's, right?
Let's go through them right now as a team.
Everybody repeat after me, and then you're going to be tested later on. Okay, here's what I really mean. Look for underfaced hooks in the store. Underfaced meaning a hook with a single item on it. You know, just that one little thing there. It's like the retail's version of a comb over. Like everybody sees it, but you try to ignore it and uh, send the team on an orphan hunt. And an orphan hunt is finding those onesie twosie kind of products out in the store, like the single glove,
Yep.
the single sock, you know, the one thing on a hook, that kind of thing. Find those, identify them, and do something with them. Like at least pull them out of the prime selling zone so that you're not cluttering up that area with bad looking stuff. Organize, straighten things, fix loops, restock, fold clothing if it's in a folding position, stack things up. If they're boxes, they get all cattywampus and stuff. So fix that. Herd the bikes into lines.
Oh,
Turn
yeah.
the front wheels so they're all matching. I know, duh, right? Uh, Seasonal bestsellers into prime sight lines. Create some sort of a theme swap, you know, like if you've had something up since March and it says something about this weekend, then swap that out. Refresh the props on the displays. Bring attention to nutrition. Update signs that sell and make them actually sell and not just have information on them.
You know what I would do? Anyone who's listening who's a retailer, I would actually look at these slides. I would make like a checklist so when my staff was not busy, they can just go through almost every day and like check these items. And then you'll just stay on top of it. It's like a great
Right.
reminder. So I love it.
And you know, everybody that is listening to this is interested in being better. So they're going to be hitting 95% of everything we're already talking about. But we just want to, I guarantee you there's things on this list that you're not doing right now that could be done. And it's the kind of stuff you can get done. So let's do it. All right. Number 3, window check. I've come up with a catchphrase. Your store window isn't storage, it's stagecraft. How do you like that?
I like that. It's
Right.
true. We've
Right.
done a lot of window talk on this.
We've done a lot of window talk. It's time to pay attention to the windows. It's time to inspect them from inside and out to see what the customers see first. Clean them until they squeak because
and,
chances are they're dirty,
and clean windows, they do squeak. I can attest to that. Yeah.
right? Yep. Strip off the old tape residue, smudges, outdated graphics, things like that. There might be stickers on there from some old brand that doesn't exist anymore, unless that's part of your brand. If you have a window display, give it a makeover. Think seasonal catwalk and not last year's storage closet. Just make sure that things that need to be there are there. Um, Take the burnt out. Oh, I'm sorry. I just jumped ahead and
Yeah.
I didn't give you a chance to.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anything you'd like to add to the window check thing?
No, well, I lost my train of thought when I saw that Z word pop up that I couldn't pronounce. So I got,
All right, let's jump to that. Number 4 is juge.
what is that?
zhuzh your lighting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've probably said zhuzh, but maybe never tried to spell zhuzh.
No, it's
And there's different ways to spell it, but this is the way that I picked to spell it.
okay. All right.
Almost everybody could do something on this front. Burnt out or flickering bulbs. Go on a hunt, find them. Um, Flickering bulbs or bulbs that are burnt out, they just communicate something other than what you want to that customer. Swap out mismatched bulb temperatures. We've talked about bulb temperatures before, right? If you've got 99% of the store is lit with warm bulb temperatures, and then you have a few that are cold and a different temperature. Again, all it sends is that subtle message that you don't notice details.
Mhm.
So we got to fix that. Stand back like it's your first visit and look for dark spots because you'll ignore them on a day-to-day basis, but you really got to kind of clear your mind, look at the wall with fresh eyes, and see if you've got dark spots. And then aim your spots. Can't tell you how many times people pay for expensive spotlights for their store and then leave them aiming like all kinds of different useless directions, and it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, I like make your lighting sexy, make it stand out. But you're saying not in a sexy way, but when I every store I go into, I always notice the lighting and it has to look good. I guess sexy is the wrong word, but it has to look good. So it can't look
Well, it makes
overbooked.
your products look sexy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. And I'm trying to highlight things that we can do this week. So
true.
I'm not suggesting that we're bringing in a whole new lighting plan.
Right, right, right. Okay, all right.
That might be December or January.
But at
But
least
right now,
make sure there's no bulbs that are out.
you
And
can make sure there's no bulbs. You can change out any that are flickering. You can aim your spotlights. That's the kind of stuff you can get done in minutes during the week. Number 5, crank up your service area's curb appeal.
wow.
Um, every store, it's been a long, hard season. Service writing and your service department's been churning. It might be messy. It might be cluttered. It might be time to clear things out and give it a little spruce up, clean things up. Time to promote seasonal services like a mid-season or a late season tune-up, suspension service, or stuff like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you a chance again. Do you want to say anything about sprucing up your service department?
I would just say this one's so important. I like it's so important. It just shows your professionalism. Just clean, clean, clean that baby up and spruce it up. And yeah, it goes a long way.
Right. Number 6, glam up your apparel area.
Mm.
It's so easy for apparel areas, for clothing to get disheveled, all out of control. So check the hangers. They should match. Face them the same way. Hang them like they're proud to be there instead of any way that they end up. Group items by color, by size, by ride style. So keep the mountain stuff together, keep the road stuff together. Try to organize things into colorways or into any logical organization on your walls or on your displays. Strip the mannequin and dress it for what's hot now. Like it's time to change out the seasonal, kind of be a little bit in advance. I guarantee if you go to the mall, they're showing stuff for Christmas now. And, we should be thinking a little bit ahead like that and dressing mannequins for that. Have a folding clinic for the crew to refresh people's memories on what a actual folded jersey that looks great looks like and how to do it. Hide a golden ticket in the apparel zone, and the only way you can find it as an employee is to go actually straighten and fold things. I don't know what you give away with a golden ticket. Perhaps it's $1 million,
$1 million. I like this.
right?
Yeah.
Number 7, add one fresh new pop-up customer experience touchpoint.
Ooh.
I'm not talking big things. I'm talking like some of these things like a free chain lube station on a Saturday or something. That kind of thing might just help your crew to kind of re-energize, give them something fresh to think about and not the same old stuff that they've been doing.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Free tire check with an upsell smile. A
Hmm.
bar tape special, and maybe you do a bar tape, wrapping clinic after Saturday's ride. Just something. Offer ice cold water or a sports drink, from the cooler or something. Do demos of lights, bags, saddles, drinks, energy food, like just something that's not there all the time to kind of freshen things up, keep things fresh for your customer, keep things fresh for the employees.
What a great idea.
Right.
Very, yeah. Oh,
All right. 8. This is not design related, but I didn't want to leave it out. I'm sorry. Shout out a staff member. Maybe it's time that you say, Johnny's been busting his butt for a long time, and we really appreciate Johnny. He's really kicking butt.
yeah.
Do it in front of the team, do it in front of customers.
It's such
Don't
an
want
issue.
to.
Oh,
9. We're almost there. Give your bike fitting area a big fat hug. You can, if you think about it, you can picture the bike fitting area at your favorite shop, um, at
it
any
might,
shop out there. It's
might
been a
need,
long season. Tools, they either wander to a bike fitting area or they wander away from a bike fitting area. Either way, uh, it gets cluttered, things get dirty. Make it neat, like clean it up, make it so that someone who races in a Tour de France would want to be fit there, make it that professional. You could tidy up computer cables. There's always problems with computer cables in these kinds of areas. Dusty surfaces, so wipe those down. Maybe you need a new fan because the one that's there is dusty and noisy.
hmm I love this. It's such an important thing, and you're right. The fit area does get like just like torn apart by the end of the season.
And it's completely understandable.
Yep.
So this is just stuff you can do this week. Number 10,
Oh, I like this one.
spin something fresh. Replace that tired old play mix in the store. Bring in some new energy with some new music, which we addressed in one of the first couple episodes in the podcast. Like, if you want ideas, go back and listen to those.
Yeah, we've all worked in a store where you hear the same playlist like every shift, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm gonna shoot myself. I hate to say that, but
I have a fun dealer in Minnesota that likes to do Techno Tuesdays. And on Tuesdays, they play techno music, which might drive you crazy and make you want to, you know, run out the front door eventually. But they're having fun with it.
yes, it makes sense.
Have fun with that. Okay, that's it for my list. I told you there was lots of does in there, right?
But it's great stuff. I mean, you're covering the windows, you're covering the lighting, you're covering just the visual merchandising. We've got it's complimenting the staff member, you've got the music in there. I mean, good stuff. Good stuff.
And if you get all the way through this whole list that we did and you don't have anything to do, then let us know because we want to come see your store because it's amazing.
Yeah, or do this and then send us a photo so we can
Heck yeah.
see the work you've done. We really want to hear from our members. If you're listening to this podcast and you enjoy it and you're getting some tips, take a moment, take out your cell phone, take a picture, send it to us, design@nbda.com. It only takes a minute and it makes us feel like, we're doing good work. And if you need additional help, if you want to go deeper, if you want to work with Fixture Lab to think about revisualizing your store layout, making some other changes, contact Brian because he is just, I don't know, he's been doing this for years. He's like the sensei
He
of
is
merchandising and design.
he's really amazing.
He's
Like
really amazing.
he's very, very, very handsome as well.
Brian, thanks for your tips today and advice. Yes, very.
I hope it's helpful.
That's fun. Listeners, thanks for coming back. I know there's lots of podcasts to choose from. We do appreciate you coming back and listening. If you like what you hear, go ahead and leave a review. You can call out Brian and I specifically if you like, or just leave a review of what you think about the tips you're getting out of this show. With that, stay awesome, get going, make these 5 things priority on your list this week. They'll have a big impact, and we'll see you next time. Brian, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into Bicycle Retail Radio, presented by the National Bicycle Dealers Association. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please like, subscribe, or leave us a review. Sharing this podcast with your friends helps us reach more listeners and continue to bring you the best content. Remember, we host 2 shows per week with ever-changing guests and fresh content to keep you both informed and inspired. The National Bicycle Dealer Association is committed to providing valuable events, webinars, and opportunities for industry education and connection. Stay up to date by visiting NBDA.com to see our event calendar. Special thanks to Francis Abbott for the promotional graphics for today's episode. If you're interested in advertising on Bicycle Retail Radio or have a guest suggestion, visit NBDA.com to learn more. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Bicycle Retail Radio.